It's audition day. It's around 8 o'clock-ish. I've been awake for a little bit, but I'm so tired because I did 6 days this week. I did 5 days at Safaris. No, I did 4 days at Safaris, 2 days at Yes, and I am so tired. But I've got time. I don't need to leave for the audition until 5:30, so I'm just gonna go about my day, maybe vlog here and there, and take you to the audition with me. So now it is around 10:30. I've been lying around watching Dance Mom videos because that's who I am as a person. But now I'm making breakfast, so I've got this scrambled egg cup. These are really good. I usually put in just 1 egg. Today I'm real hungry, so I put in 2. Then I made a smoothie as well, just kind of add some more fruit and stuff in there. And I'm gonna go for a run today too, so I need a lot of food, but I'm gonna eat and then give it some time to settle before I throw myself on a treadmill, because that seems like a good idea. Okay, it is about noon, so I've had my breakfast, I've had enough time for it to settle, and I'm gonna go for a run. When I say run, I mean I'm gonna spend about an hour on the treadmill playing around with the different settings. That's usually what I like to do rather than just run. But yeah, I went ahead and I read the script again for the play I'm auditioning for, which is Noises Off, which I'll probably talk about that a little bit later while I'm doing my makeup. But I feel like it's really, really good to know what you're auditioning for. I've been to auditions where I've seen other people and they have no clue what is going on. And it is really important to know what you're auditioning for before you get there. And you're not just like, well, I'm gonna give this a try. It is a straight play though, which means no singing and no dancing. It's gonna be not as intense of an audition as it is for musical theater, which is nice. I've done a lot of musical theater lately, a lot of musical theater. I haven't done a straight play in about a year. I did Charlie's Aunt last summer. But yeah, for right now, I'm gonna go spend some time on the treadmill because I wanna lose weight and also because I feel better when I've been up and moving before I go to an audition. So I'm gonna go get ready for that. All right. I am ready to go running. My shirt says everything hurts and I'm dying, which, you know, big mood. Water bottle is full. Headphones are ready to go. I've already stretched. I stretched while listening to the Beetlejuice cast recording, which if you haven't listened to it, it's really good. But yeah, I'm gonna go for a run for about an hour, see how that goes. I like running. It's the process of like getting myself ready to go to the gym that I hate. Like, let's be real here. You probably feel the same way, most likely. I feel like this is a common occurrence because like when you get to the gym, you feel good. But the process, you're like, oh my God, kill me now. And honestly, it makes me think of that bit in the last 5 years when Kathy says that she's sitting in line with the girls who have already been to the gym. I'm gonna be one of those girls today. But real talk, I've got Chorus Line opening in less than a month and I have to barely get tired on stage. And in 4 months, Evil Dad is opening up again and I need to be ready for that. So running it is. See you in a bit. I did it! I ran for an hour and I'm so tired. It was one of those days where like I definitely did not want to be on the treadmill, but I knew I needed to be on the treadmill. So it all worked out. I feel pretty good. I'm just so sweaty. But yeah, I still, what time is it? 2:30. It is 2:30, leaving for the audition in 3 hours. So I'm gonna clean up my apartment a little bit. I'm going to shower, and then it'll be time for hair and makeup. Yeah. So while I do my hair and makeup, I will just chat a little bit about the audition, about what I like to do for auditions and preparing for them and all that good stuff. But yeah, cleaning it is first. Hi. Astrid. Astrid. Yeah. Yeah. Are you my very good girl? Are you my very good girl? Are you my good girl? Yes, ma'am, you are. Astrid. I love you. So it is about 4:45. I've got about 45 minutes to get ready before I need to leave. My apartment has been tidied. I have showered. I've done my usual skincare stuff. Took care of my nails a little bit. If you'd like to know what I do in that direction to get ready for an audition, please comment below if you'd like to see any of that. But for right now, I'm gonna focus on makeup. Clearly my hair is not done. This is not what I'm wearing for my audition, but I thought I would go ahead and get my makeup done, and I thought I would chat a little bit while I did that. I like seeing other people's preparation processes. I like to see what they like to wear for auditions when it comes to their makeup and hairstyles. So I thought, why not, since I'm getting ready? So I'm starting with sample size Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. Typically when I'm doing an audition, it's dancing, it's something musical theater related, and I get real sweaty. So primer is definitely a must for that. For this particular show, since it is a straight play, it might not be as necessary, but can't hurt. So the play that I'm auditioning for is Noises Off, which is really, really well known. It's produced fairly often in local theater. It had a great Broadway run, a great West End run. The show was revived fairly recently, around 2011 or so, with Megan Hilty in the role of Brooke, and she was nominated for a Tony for it. They got a couple of Tony noms. So this is a really well-known piece. Somehow I've never gotten around to doing it though, so hence I'm auditioning. I'm using the Maybelline BB Fresh in the shade Light/Medium Sheer Tint. I like using really light foundations for auditions because you want the director to see you, not necessarily what you could look like. You want to show them not quite a blank canvas, but you want to be able to show what you look like as a person, so that way they can interpret, you know, oh, she looks like this. I could see her as this role. You never want to show up in an audition in a full costume, full hair, full makeup as that character, because it could be, you might be auditioning for Adelaide, but they'd rather see you as Sarah Brown. You want to come in as that kind of blank slate almost. And also, it just doesn't reflect well if you show up in a full costume. Like, if you went to like a Little Shop audition and you were in like leopard print and teased your hair, that might be a little much. I've been to a couple of Disney performer auditions. I'm not a Disney performer myself, but I've gone to the auditions. I wanted to know what the experience was like. And I have definitely seen girls come in full regalia as a specific princess. And let me just tell you, it's not good. And I'm using the Instant Age Rewind concealer from Maybelline, and it is the brightener, which I really like. I like using brighteners a lot. I tend to have real bad dark circles. I also have a real bad Safari's tan. I'm using this powder. It's from Winky Lux Diamond Powder. I got it in a Nipsey. I really like it. It's almost gone. I tend to have really bad luck finding powders I like though. So if you have a powder you like, please recommend it. I am fairly pale. Pale for someone who lives in Florida. Like, that's the best description. The base is done. And this next part was inspired from a tutorial that Catherine Steele did. I'll link to that below. But she basically used like a darker blush and then a lighter blush and used that to contour. And as another fairly pale person, she's paler than I am, but I'm in a similar vein. I really like that. I usually don't do full contour because, number one, I'm not very good at it in normal life. But also, I don't need a lot of definition for right now. I've played characters where I needed very severe definition in my face. And for that, I really use like actual bronzers and things like that. But that blush, by the way, is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in Feisty, which I like. I feel like that. It's a good color, and I'm rather feisty. Then I'm switching up to another Tarte blush, which is from their Fairy Dust collection from last summer, which I loved. There's glitter in this. But yeah, it's a really light blush, and I really like it. It is called Fairy Flush. So for this audition tonight, I'm looking mostly to have fun. Honestly, my season is pretty booked right now. I'm currently in rehearsals for a chorus line. I'm playing one of the cut dancers in the opening number, and I'm also the costumer, which is why they were like, oh, this is perfect. You're still doing a lot with the show. You're not just doing the opening number, because really, it sucks a little bit to do an 11-minute dance number, and then you don't come back on. There is a number of us, ensemble members, that we sing in the wings for the rest of the show, but I get the little solo in the beginning that I really need this job, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what a dream. So I'm working on that right now. That opens the first week of July. And what do I have after that? Evil Dad. I'm doing Evil Dad again, which is amazing. Playing Cheryl again, which I love. But yeah, auditions for that, to recast a couple of roles for that show, are late July. And if I get cast in this show right now, it's going to be okay if I don't get cast, to be quite honest, because my schedule's still pretty full. I'm using the Benefit High Beam highlighter. Love it, it's a favorite. But this is a show that I've always wanted to do. Since it is such a well-known play, it's a farce, which I really enjoy. It's very slapstick. There's a lot of visual gags. There's a lot of really, really fast physicality for this show. I should give some background on the show. So this show is set as a show within a show. You've got these actors, and the first act is they're in their final dress rehearsal, which they should have another dress rehearsal because they're not ready, but they're doing it anyway. And so you're getting both the show that's happening on stage, and you're getting the actors stopping and going, why is my character saying this? And do I bring in the sardines here, or do I leave them? And it's honestly hysterical, especially since the second act, they turn the set around completely and do the same act again, but now you're seeing it from the back and seeing even more shenanigans, and then actually they flip it back so it's all on stage. But now things have devolved so badly, the shenanigans are happening on stage as well. So there's a lot going on. I'm using the Maybelline Color Tattoo and Barely Branded, which is discontinued, and my heart is broken. This is my go-to eye base for everything. I literally, when I found out it was getting discontinued, I went to like 5 different stores and bought all the ones I could find. So I'm good for another like 2 years probably, but after 2 years, I'm gonna need a replacement. So this show has 5 male roles and 4 females, which honestly is a pretty good balance. Most stage plays, it is very unbalanced. It'll be like, here's 6 guys and here's your token woman. And you're just kind of like, all right. So it's really nice that Noise is Off does have so many female characters. There's one role that I'm too young for. Most likely, here's the thing. With local productions, you have more flexibility typically. I typically go into shows looking only at, all right, these are the available roles that I could play. Because I'm not expecting them to be like, oh, I want you to play the male director, because that's not gonna happen. Anyway, the one that I'm too young for is Dottie. She is basically the lead. She's very scatterbrained. It'll be a fun role to play once I'm the correct age for her. But I am too young, so I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm gonna tightline using this Giate. Is that Giate? Someone correct me. Giate Wonderliner. I don't know what that says, but it's a black pencil liner, and I'm gonna tightline with it. I'm gonna be using the Naked 2 palette for my eyeshadow. So everyone has 2 names. They've got the actor name, and then they've got their character name. So Brooke/Vicky is the young ingenue type. She spends most of the show in her underwear. She's very spacey. And that one I don't think I have a strong chance of getting for because of my body type. And it's sad, but it's true. But as someone who is an unconventional body type for theater, you just have to deal with it sometimes. I've lost out on roles because of my weight, and that's just a fact, and it sucks. But sometimes you do find the roles that are right for you. And honestly, a lot of roles could be played by an actress who's not a conventional size. And maybe the director will see me as Brooke. Maybe I can play the part, I just don't look it conventionally, but they want that anyway. Who knows? So I'm still putting Brooke down on my audition form just to see what would happen. There is also Belinda, where she is very sweet and sensible and wants everyone to get along, and everything is just lovely, but she's a little bit of a gossip and a little bit two-faced, which is kind of fun. I think she could be a really interesting character to play. And then there's Poppy. Poppy is the stage manager of the actual show. And she's everyone's ordering her around. She's very flustered. And you find out, spoiler alert, the director is in a love triangle with both Brooke and Poppy. And it's very messy and very funny. And I think I did my eyeshadow wrong, but that's okay. I have a lot of fun doing auditions for straight plays. I like straight plays in general. Honestly, it is a lot less pressure than auditioning for a musical. They take very different skill sets. because with a typical musical theater audition, most of the time you walk in, you sing first, you might get cut. You dance, you might get cut. And if you stay to the end, then you get to read. I list acting first on my resume for a reason. I'm a solid singer and I'm a decent dancer, but acting is my strong suit. I've played a lot of straight play roles, and actually in college, that's what I got typecast in. They would not cast me in musicals. I didn't do an actual musical until my senior year of college. Technically, I did Snoopy, but I was just made up ensemble for Snoopy, and I don't quite count that one. So my eyeshadows primarily applied. I stick to neutrals for most of my life in general, but I really like neutrals for auditions. But one thing I like to do, they don't really have a really good shimmer shade that I love. So I end up using the L'Oreal Infallibles eyeshadow in Iced Latte. This might be discontinued too, I'm not sure, but it is amazing. Like, this is the best champagne colored powder eyeshadow I've ever used. And I use it for highlights. I just really, really like it. All right, highlights applied to the eyes. I'm gonna line my eyes with the Ico Skinny Liquid Liner, a staple in every Ipsy bag. I've gotten like 3 or 4 of these, but they're good. They're very reliable. All right, eyeliner is on. I'm not gonna be wearing false lashes, and I'll be wearing my glasses. And I've discovered the hard way, if you wear false lashes with glasses, you just, yeah. So instead, I'm going to be layering the Benefit Bad Gal Lash, and what are you, buddy? This is another Ipsy one. So this is the Grande Mascara Lash Boosting Formula. I don't know what brand this is. Is Grande a brand? Anyway, I'm just gonna layer these mascaras and call it a day. So luckily this audition is not calling for a monologue. Thank goodness. I'm not a fan of monologues. I know they serve their purpose. They are important for certain auditions, but luckily this show, they're only having us do cold reads, which I really enjoy. With a cold read, they're just going to give you sides. You're just gonna get certain pages of the script, and they're gonna say, hey, come up and read for this character. They might give you a minute or two to look it over beforehand. Some directors don't. Sometimes you're just immediately called up, especially if they've already run the scene a couple of times. You've seen other actors reading it. They might say, all right, now it's your turn. And you just have to pop up there and go. All right, all my makeup is done except for my lips. I put lip balm on before I did anything makeup-wise, so I'm giving that time to set a little bit more. And I'm gonna wait to do my hair and get my dress on before I put on lipstick. I'll be using the Tarteist lip paint in this shade Bounce, which is really nice, rosy brown, my lips better kind of deal. And since it is a liquid lipstick, it is going to stay on once it has set. So I'm gonna go do my hair, pick a dress, because I have like 3 that I'm trying to pick between. And yeah, I'll see you in a little bit, hopefully with this a little bit more polished. All right, hair is done, lip color is done, dress is on. The first one I tried on, by the way, which usually does not happen to me. Usually you try on like 5 dresses and then decide. But no, today was the first one, so that's a good omen. I'm gonna grab my bag out of my car that has my resume and jazz shoes, just in case. Always have jazz shoes and character shoes, just in case. I've got a big old thing of water, lip color, coat, and I'm ready to go, even though I can't find my favorite glasses. So I'm wearing these, the Tina Belcher ones. But oh well, could be worse. Let's go to an audition. It's the next day. It's about 9 a.m. and I forgot to, number 1, vlog. Number 2, forgot to take my makeup off. We've been punched in the face. But the audition went really, really well last night. I got to read a lot, and the director wants me to come back tonight. So hopefully that works out, because I have chorus line rehearsal. But I'm playing a cut dancer, and I'm not doing anything costume related tonight. So hopefully I can go to chorus line, do the opening number, and then go to the callback. Fingers crossed. I texted both my directors, and one of them, the assistant director, is like, yeah, absolutely go for it. And the other one's like, hasn't answered yet. Well, he didn't really tell me like, absolutely go for it. He's like, I would love it if you could go. I want you to get this part. Very stressed. So I'm off today again, so I'm gonna just wait by the phone until I get a message and find out if I can go to this callback or